Welcome to an all-new Bullet Points. What's your name?
Judd Dunning.
What's my name?
Michael Loftus.
Okay, we've got an incredible show for you. It's the most exciting 18 to 28 minutes on the internet.
Finally, yes.
We got 5 big topics, and then we're going to have a wild card.
Yeah,
So
never over 21 minutes.
Never ever.
That's right.
So let's run down what this week's bullet points are.
All right.
All right, bullet point number 1.
Boom! El Paso, Dayton, Gilroy, American mass shooting madness and sadness.
Ouch. Bullet point number 2.
Guns, mental health in America, the conversation continues.
Bullet point numero 3.
Trump, China, triple slapdown, manipulated money, weapons trade. Trump tramples the Chinese title run.
Easy for Judd to say. Hit me with a bullet point number 4.
Sneaky Facebook.
Snaky?
Sneaky Facebook shadow censorship patent.
It's a drinking game.
It is, right?
And then what's bullet point number 5?
Booker, please. Booker calls for a white nationalist shutdown of every MAGA rally to be called off before the election. LOL.
It's going to be a great show. Stick around. All right, here we go. We're jumping in, and we're sticking to the time. We
Yes.
got 2 minutes per subject. It's a lot here. These are some serious subjects. I don't want to go over, but we know how it goes. All right, so bullet point number 1, some sad news. It's horrifying stuff, and we're definitely not making light of it. Bullet point number 1 is
The triple, essentially, with Gilroy mass shootings in America.
Gilroy and El Paso and Dayton.
Ohio.
Okay,
Right.
So 2 minutes on the clock. This is a tough one. Let's go.
So I think where we can frame it in 2 minutes is the fact that there's an overwhelming urge to assign political causation to the issue every time there is the tragedy of evil mental health and shooting. We have 31 people that have died in the Walmart in El Paso. We had 4 in Gilroy and 9 right in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah.
So the nation is amok on looking for the cause, politicizing the issue. Michael Loftus.
That's what I couldn't believe about this whole thing. And the instant they jumped on just El Paso, like they're gonna pretend like Gilroy didn't happen. They're gonna pretend like the Bernie guy didn't shoot up a baseball field full of Republicans.
Right.
So I don't want to jump into that. But it's really, really frightening the way the media has gone. Yes, it's white nationalism. It's Trump. It's this insane.
Right.
And like even with the kids' manifesto in El Paso, he's like, they're going to blame Trump on this. I'm not a Trump fan.
Openly saying that they're going to blame Trump, yeah.
However, the media is running with it, and then, which is really jarring. So, so all mass shootings are because of Trump and white nationalism. Then literally the next day, you've got, from all intents and purposes, from everything I've seen from this kid's social media, he's an Elizabeth Warren fan.
Yeah.
And I don't see anybody calling for her. It's horrible. That to me, but beyond the loss of life, and I'm glad we're not naming these guys because one of the things that I think they're looking for fame. They're looking for that I'm going to live forever and people are whatever. So I do want to think about the victims and the victims' families and all that stuff. Just horrifying.
Well, I think we're politicizing this because you have to think, we're saying while they're politicizing it, what are the facts? The fact that they are actually, I don't care if they're liberal or they're Republican. It's tragic. It's mental illness. It's a flawed human being. And there's so much that we could talk about this. So this week, to continue this bullet point, give us another bullet point.
This is bullet point number 2.
Number 2, we're going to travel through to mental health in America and guns, and just continue our discussion. So, I think that you saw, just to end the last point, you saw the New York Times flip on their headlines. Trump urges unity versus racism to assailing hate, but not guns. And then we went deep into mental health and we went deep into gun control. But the real issue is we're coming against, it's a deeper issue in our nation that we have a mental health problem, but also our institutions are under attack that protect individuals and connect them to our society.
I want to agree with you 110%. Now, if people want to play the game, it's white nationalism, and the FBI, okay, fine. look into that. Right. I don't think that's going to end it. I don't think that's going to end it. To me, it comes down to people don't value another person's life. I look to Great Britain on this. In Great Britain, they're like, let's get rid of the guns. Okay, now everybody's getting stabbed to death.
Right.
So now like, okay, let's ban knives, and they're literally, it's still happening. There are people getting killed with samurai swords on the streets. It's not about the weapon of choice, and I know that sounds kind of hacky, and
right.
you hear it a million times. It's about people not valuing human life. Is that an absence of a spiritual connection? Is it we've been sucked into the TV? I think there's a lot of different things happening.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go, that's it, that's the one thing. I swear to God, I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
I wish, oh, it's video games. All right, outlaw video games.
Or is it white nationalism, which was the thing that came out with Prager we were talking about before the show, is he brought out the Charlottesville lie that the whole David Duke and Nazis are fine people.
Yeah.
They debunked it, the media ran with it, and it became the premise of the first reaction, which was Nazism and white nationalism. Then it became mental health.
Yeah.
But then it became Republican issues with Trump wanting to shut down MAGA rallies. But the real issue is the mediating institutions that keep our people safe, like churches, business people, social clubs, charity, charitable groups, they're deteriorating and people are getting connected to the internet. So how do we deal with mental health and social maladaptation at the same time? That's a bigger issue.
I think it's also interesting that like Facebook, Google, in Silicon Valley, they don't let their kids on social media.
Right? It's
a very interesting. Okay, we are cranking right along.
We will be posting this to Facebook later today. It's like the thing.
We're gonna hit bullet point and have a tray. We're gonna drop a tray on this thing. So we segue now to what's this one? This is the trade war.
This is the trade war. I love this. Trump-China triple slapdown. The reason I say this is we've called out China for being a currency manipulator. They almost tanked the stock market. And what they do is, we'll get into that in a second, we've also called them out in trade. We put a big $300 billion slap on their trades and their exports. And then also we have pulled out of the Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty. So we are taking China head on. Michael Loftus.
We have to. There's an old, I think it's a Japanese proverb, or maybe it might even be a Chinese proverb. They say the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is today. All right, the best time to deal with China was 20 years ago.
Right.
Next best time is right now. Listen, their economy is they're booming. They're making so much stuff. Their manufacturing continues to grow and grow and grow. Mm-hmm. They're building infrastructure like crazy. They will be the dominant force. They will.
If we don't, could you go to the next slide? Because what's very interesting is that Kudlow also came out though. He said
Larry Kudlow?
Larry Kudlow came out and
said
that any Chinese investor is showing the metrics of a steady downdraft. So there was a great book called The Three Chinas. So they are a split manipulated economy. So at some part they're languishing and they're dying. That's why they're manipulating their currency. And if you go to the next slide, Michael, I mean, it's crazy. Our imbalance is 539 imports from
My big head is in the way.
539 billion imports from China, 120 exports out. Trump is saying, hey, the 2025 plan, which was formally released, he said, we're not going to let them become the preeminent world power.
Right.
Which is excellent. That's his whole platform.
I didn't go to college for this stuff. I haven't studied it. I'm like a real armchair dude.
Yeah.
But here's what makes sense to me. We don't make enough stuff in America. All those manufacturing plants have closed down.
Yeah.
We got to get some of those back. We know China's not going to play fair.
Right.
So let's try to get it as close to fair as we can. We have a limited time when we have economic leverage. We need to use it now.
Yeah. But the Chinese, wait, I have to say, the Chinese, their whole thing, China 2025, is they really are a zero-sum player. They want to destroy America. I mean, they're open about it. They're like Iran, saying the little state, the big state. They're like, we want to crush America. So good job on Trump, man.
And yeah, exactly.
Very good, Trump.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. We still got China slides.
Keep those China slides
China
going.
Slides.
Yes.
Show me your. I want to show you my slides from China. All right. We got bullet point number 4.
Bring it on. Bring it on. Great. Oh,
Facebook censorship. My favorite. If you're watching this on Facebook. See what I did there?
That's right. No, they wouldn't know now. Wait till you hear the story. This is how they wouldn't know.
So this is crazy. This is crazy.
Go for it.
They're going to be doing some shadow banning. Oh, yeah, 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock.
You know more about this.
Okay.
They got this patent for this new thing.
I'll set it up. You knock it down.
All right.
So they just got approved. So after facing misusing Americans' information for the violations of 2011 consent over users' data.
They do this every week.
They got a $5 billion fine from the government. They make $55 billion a year. It really doesn't. It's a slap on the wrist. They still. Right. They went ahead, even though we said they censored. Then they cleared a patent for called shadow banning. So you can think you're actually talking to somebody, you can see what you're doing, but both of the users could be limited and taken away. And they say they're already using it. So that's where they're at. I mean,
let me get my tinfoil hat on. I guarantee. I guarantee they're using it.
Yeah.
You know, Twitter's using it. Where you think, oh, you set out the tweet and everyone saw it, and then Twitter's back there like, don't show that to nobody. And that's the way it works.
Well, you really work hard for your following. Loftusparty.com, which is Michael said, comes out with a lot of videos. It's amazing. I mean, you have to admit, they make it a slug, unless you're a kid. If you have anything to do with politics, you immediately get flagged, right?
I have been across the board.
Right.
YouTube, Facebook, it was, yes. Because you can look at the algorithms. As I learned, you look and you see how many new followers and blah, 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 blah. And then, yes.
It'd be easy to degrade into a bitch says. Same here. We've been turned down for boosts like 48 times, right? But but if I boosted under entertainment instead of politics, this show gets on the air. But it's really interesting that they've got that much of a firewall. It's free speech, people.
It is, but now it's like the illusion of free speech. And here's what I think is really disturbing about it. Like, we use that little matrix thing in the graphic.
Right.
But here's what it is. Like, YouTube will, if you're talking about politics, chances are you'll get demonetized. And so don't talk about that. If you talk about this subject, you'll be demonetized. So it seems like we'll talk about happy, fun, rainbow stuff. And then you'll have more success.
We should review video games. I mean, that's right.
So then you'll have nothing on there but happy golden fun times, and when kids and young people are watching YouTube, they'll just think, oh wow, it's happy golden fun times. And it's not.
Which is the premise of all socialism, right? Happy golden fun times, comrade, right? I mean, right?
Yes, yes, exactly.
If it's simple.
Which is a great lead into our next bullet point, topic number 5.
Here we go. Here we go.
Corey, book a please. Listen, he's entertaining.
Yeah.
He's entertaining.
For his position in the polls.
He's entertaining because he's not entertaining, but he tries so hard to be entertaining.
Yes.
Like, there's certain television shows and movies you can't stop watching. It's so bad it's good.
Right.
That's who Cory Booker is.
You suck. Cory Booker's
Let's go. 2 minutes on the clock.
2 minutes on the clock.
Cory Booker's in the news. What did he do, Judd Dunning? What did he do?
Booker's politicizing of the shootings is shameable. Because he immediately said, and this is interesting, the big red wave is what won Trump in America in his MAGA rallies, because he motivated the base. He said we should cancel all the MAGA rallies that are coming up all the way to the election time because they are a breeding ground for racism and bigotry that inspire white nationalist attacks. Let me tell you something. This guy is 1, 2, 3, 4. He's under Warren in the polls, so he's moving up. He has like 2% of the vote. That's it. Everything else is put forward. And that last week, he attacked Obama. So when the black guy in the polls attacks the last black guy, he's getting desperate. Now he wants to shut down the MAGA. So that's why we call this Book of Please.
He is laughably bad. He's not even a good politician.
Yeah.
Like, I think he was like the mayor of Newark.
Yeah.
Like, that was his big before. And he turned that into the garden spot of Jersey.
Yeah.
And now he's a senator. Like, on paper, I'm sure this guy thinks he's better than Obama. He was like, I was a mayor, now I'm a senator, now I'm gonna do this. And like, listen, say what you will about Barack Obama, that dude was charming. And he insanely eloquent and wonderful to watch and had a great personality and like charisma out the wazoo. Cory ain't got none of that.
No.
And he tries so hard. Look at him in this picture. He's like, this is as close as I can come to a Spartacus moment. Dude, you'll never have a Spartacus moment. And the fact that he wants to, like, pretty much stop Trump from speaking publicly, is that who you want in charge?
Well, talk about race baiting, though. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. I mean, he really is in the middle of the shameable element is this is a horrible, tragic period for us with mental health in our population. And he's the one that politicized it poorly. And I'll tell you something else. Veritas came out last year. A lot of the issues that came up at MAGA rallies was Democrats, what they call bird dogging. There was hired Democrats to raise hell at any problem that happened at the rallies was the Democrats that had hired people to create fights and issues. There wasn't. So right. Booker's gonna lose.
That's gonna edit together so well. I did that. It was like you lose, and then head back to the whiplash and the bang, bang, bang. You're on to something there, and I tell you what, let's just mark the time right now because Judd Dunning called it. I think we're gonna see a lot of that. You're gonna see a lot of plants put into Trump rally.
It's true. I mean, it's definitely, and there's too much going on. And we'll talk about this in another show, but it's too synchronicitous that we've got. It's too much synchronicity that we've got these shootings at the same time. It's something we're going to figure out. We talked about Vegas, how weird that was. Something's going on. We don't know. But regardless, our thoughts and prayers to all the Americans that were affected. That's the most important thing.
Promo time, promo time. Come on, hit me. Hey,
you can't ding the promo time.
Hey.
Welcome.
Chill with the bell. All right, we're going to promote some stuff.
Okay.
Judd Dunning, your website. What's the name of your website?
ConservativelyUnplugged.com.
Now, you picked a website that was really hard to spell. How do you feel about that?
I feel it was too long, actually. But then I wanted to change it to my book, 13 Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal. And I'm like, this is actually quite short and nice.
Your book's going to be big.
It's going to be big. At the right time.
No, everyone's talking about season 3 of that show.
Which one?
12 Reasons Why.
Oh, 13 Reasons, right. Well, yeah.
It's back. Everybody's talking about it.
That's true.
You got to...
Well, actually, it's
glide
great
right in there.
If you know what it's about. Thank you. It's I commit. I kill my career at the end of the book. That's it. It's like 13 Reasons Why. It's a suicide show. Anyway, I will say this. Hopefully, the part of you that is blatantly blind and in the matrix will commit suicide by the end of my book. Meaning the part of you that is not awake. Because what we do is we carefully dissect every platform issue between the two parties and how history's been hijacked, and we try to work with a lot of logical facts. So we're looking forward to bringing it to you. I will say this, keep going. I will say this is that now we've got to address the guns chapter again, right? As we're finishing, because we're in another transition. It's hard to evergreen. Michael Loftus and the Loftus Party.
There's a phrase in comedy and improvisational comedy and writing that, like a joke or even a book, it's like a bird. And you can keep working on it, or you can just let it free. Just let it go.
Yeah.
Do that with 13 Reasons
Why. You got it, baby.
The timing is right.
Let's do it.
Slide right in there.
There it comes.
Dovetail, baby.
LoftusParty.com.
TheLoftusParty.com. Holy guacamole. I'm so proud of this website. It's crazy. Insightful political commentary. We got some great new music finds. We got some great videos like this show right here, and others. Man, this is gonna really age me. I didn't realize what a great artist Mac Miller was.
He was great.
Holy cow! Yeah. So I just put up a Mac Miller video, and I'm discovering insane new models and Instagram models. So there's Instagram models, there's music. There's political insight. It's more and more people are contributing. I'm so happy with this thing, and we're just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. Awesome. And I'll be updating the tour site, the live events page.
Several events coming up. Some big news.
I got you all in check.
Some big news that Michael will talk about at an appropriate time.
But we can't do it now because we have 2 minutes to wrap up the show.
Not anymore.
With a wild card.
Woo!
Let's get wild with this story. What is it, Judd?
Well, put that vixen on the screen.
I'm gonna wait.
Okay, so we call this Indulge the Bulge. Victoria's Secret's trans models are looking good, and I feel a little weird about it. That
is a trans model for Victoria's Secret. You guys, come on! What is this young lady's name?
Valentina.
I'm going 100% lady on this one.
Lady boy. Valentina Sampaio. How do you say it? Sampaio. Valentina Sampaio is the first transgender model actress. By the way, I don't know her work. She was first on the cover of Vogue and then Brazilian Vogue, and now she is Victoria's Secret's first openly trans model.
Now, here's what I want to see. On CBS, they used to have the show.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be blatantly honest here.
Yeah.
Like if CBS does the fashion show again, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be looking. Like, where's the? How do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. But come on, you guys. This is a horrible
10.
picture.
She's
gorgeous.
She? Would you say
Now listen,
she? I'm not gender specific.
This is my whole. This is like I have like a little stand-up bit about this,
okay,
if you will. Seriously, like no one has a problem with this. No one. Like if like. Remember when they were like, hey, we got to build transgender bathrooms? Like,
yeah.
If people like this are walking in, I got no problem. But you have to fool me. You have to fool me. Like the dude who wants to be a woman who like wanted to get his balls waxed.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you need to lose a lot of weight and you need some surgeries. You need some help.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to, like, we don't have a problem with transgender bathrooms. We have a problem with plastic surgery.
Right.
But if you want to be a woman and you come out of the doctor's office looking like this, hello?
It's an existential question. It's an existential question for sure.
No,
I used to have
bored.
drinking. I used to drink a lot. I used to blackout.
No.
And I was like, oh well, what happened? If this happened, I'd be like, it wasn't that.
Right? You tell your buddies like,
I mean, listen.
I think I slept with a tranny.
You're like,
and they're like,
high five.
And they're like, hey, what's her number?
Yeah.
So anyway, welcome aboard.
We're not politically correct here. We're not, because that's what it's about.
It's the internet. It's the Wild West.
That's right.
Welcome aboard to Victoria's Secret, Valentina.
Yeah.
You're doing okay. That is our show.
That is our show.
That is Bullet Points. We are, woo! We got another show coming up right around the corner because now we're doing this new thing called Single Shot.
Yeah, every week.
How does that work?
Single Shot is one topic that we can't cram into 2 minutes.
Right.
And we unplug and we let it roll.
We flipped it. So we do one subject a lot more time. We can do a deeper dive. And we got a great one coming up later this week.
We do.
So listen, the channel's doing great, and that's in large part to you guys. We know there's censorship going on. We know there's shadow banning. So we're counting on you to share these clips with your friends. Tell people, hey, there's this crazy show with these two wingnuts talking about politics.
We're at thousands. We just need millions, and then the world is mine. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We'll see what it is. Because America needs to talk without a filter and just be ourselves. This is the point of the show.
Don't worry. Be happy. Hakuna Matata, bitches.
See you next week. And catch Single Shot later this week.